XRP, we start with the 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update. And if you refer to my last analysis, when the price was within this move, we discussed how we can look for buy. And this is what we get. And for those traders, if they are holding the trade, at least move their stop loss to break even. And no one see what's the next. All right. Anyway, we start with the higher time frame. We start with the weekly chart. First of all, I mentioned for this year, I'm looking for the XRP in terms of the risk and reward. I expect to get a really good trade. I mean, if they can solve the SEC issue, this is one of the reasons, and we are expecting this year to happen. And beside that, for most of the chart we mentioned, if we see the next drop with the breakout of the previous low, following by divergence, it can give us a better confirmation for the reversal. Even for the XRP, same, but we don't need to wait for that. That's why when the price was within this drop, I mentioned the best price to look for buy was somewhere around 30 cents. And I mentioned we don't need to wait for the next drop. That's why if we get any opportunity for buy, we'll take it. Okay. And anyway, we see the breakout of this line. This is indicative. It doesn't show us anything. And for me, if I get any opportunity for buy from here, I will take it. Then I want to see whether the price can break this top or not. All right. The only thing is if the price couldn't break, then this one can turn to a flat. Then we can expect the next drop. All right. Even if this one happen again, we can buy at this somewhere around 30 cents before we see the reversal. All right. That means still we can look for buy. Any opportunity for buy within this one, we'll take it. And we have to see the breakout of the previous stop. But at this point, based on the weekly chart, I don't see any trade setup yet. And if I move to lower time frame, daily chart, all right, the only thing is, if this one turns to a deeper correction, it can give us a really good confirmation and really good trade setup to look for buy. But if the price continues as a corrective, we are not really interested to look for the trade, because any opportunity we get based on lower time frame will be a short-term trade. But if this one turns to a deeper correction, it can give us better trade as a long term. All right. But we need to be, I mean, if we want to look for trade, we need to be aware of this one. But at this point, again, based on daily chart, we don't have any trade setup. That means we have to look for the trade as a based on lower time frame. And even based on forward chart, if we put this stop and relative to the previous one, we had a divergence. That's why we get this one. Because if the price continues as a corrective, every breakout of the previous stop followed by a correction similar to what we have here. That's why it will be a short-term trade unless we get a deeper correction. All right. And we should know that we can expect the price continue as a corrective following by deeper correction before we see the continuation. All right. By the way, we don't need to talk about all these things. Any opportunity for buy, we'll take it. And with the breakout of the previous stop, if we see there is a divergence, at least we should move our stop loss to break even. And we see if there is a continuation, it's good. If not, at least we are out of the trade in the break even. And at this point, based on forward chart, I don't see any trade setup yet. And if I move to 1 hour chart, even if he wants to look for buy, having a entry above here is not a really good idea. That's why if this one give us a flag, then we can put our entry above the top. All right. But we don't have any trade setup. It will be a really short-term trade. But at this point, we don't have any trade setup. We have to wait. At least we have to get the flag. Because without the flag, having entry above here is not a really good idea. We cannot call it a trade setup. That's why we have to wait. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.